Feed me. Feed me more. Feed me more.
Welcome to another Feed Me More Nutrition Live, a little Q&A, question and answer. I am the big guy, Ryback, you guys. I am here for you to answer your questions regarding health and fitness, the supplements, and anything in the realm of that. Working out, not so much wrestling, absolutely no wrestling at all. This is everything to do with Feed Me More Nutrition and life, guys. How are you doing? Good to see all of you guys. I just got done doing my conditioning for the day. I actually hit a personal record on the Stairmaster on my high intensity interval training after 10 days off. I did the elliptical yesterday, easy cardio. As you know, I'm taking a few weeks off of weights with the stem cell procedures down at BioAccelerator. I got this sweet Bio X-Men water canister. I'm actually going to be getting these made as well for Feed Me More Nutrition, guys. So we'll be having those on the website as well once I can get the orders in. I'm waiting for Chinese New Year to be over early part of March, closer to mid-March, I think, if I'm not mistaken. They go on vacation for a long time. Good question. My so jaded 420. Oh, so jaded. My hubby just got your entire line of supplements. I was wondering, can you take the supplement with regular daily vitamins? Well, yes, you can. I think on that, the only things that I'm trying to think off the top of my head, and I don't know what other vitamins you're taking. I know the Wake Up Unlimited Energy has some B vitamins and things like that, but there should be no issues with that. Again, I would always ask a doctor if you think there are any issues on overdosing, but like when it comes to vitamins, usually if you are even overdosing on vitamins, you're just gonna piss them out at the end of the day. But the formulas, everything's so specific, and I don't have like a multivitamin yet or anything, which I would love to eventually do a whole food multivitamin that is on the written game plan, actually, along with the greens formula, but you should be okay. Tactical, thank you for the question, and thank you again for shopping. Tactical Fitness, hey buddy, hey brother, I'm on a break from the test booster. Should I also take a break from the fat burner as well? If so, how long? I always recommend that. And I think, with this stuff, theoretically, can you stay on it all the time? Yes, especially with the ingredients and this stuff. I am a big believer in taking breaks from things, though, for our own, so we do not get mentally addicted to anything. I would say 4 weeks could be enough. I would say 6 weeks sometimes would be enough. I think sometimes it's good to maybe take 2 months off just to know that you have everything in order and you don't become reliant on anything. I think that, the fat burner is a great, great thing where if you have a specific goal and you want to look good for, the summer months, that it's okay to stay on that for an extended period of time, a little bit leading into the summer and maybe a little bit going through the summer and then taking a break. Other people, another thing you could also do with this is do the 5 days on and 2 days off routine. That actually is something that a lot of people do that allows you just to stay on stuff longer. It allows the supplements to last longer as well. And you give yourself the 2-day break. It balances out with that. I do think, though, even doing that, it's still good just to take a month off here and there. And again, it's more so mentally more than anything. And so you just don't become quite like addicted regardless of how harmless anything is, I think it's just a good practice in general with things. And I do that with, I told you guys, with like, I'll do my red wine and I'll go on a stretch where I really, really like having a little bit of red wine before bed. And then like right now I'm on just taking a break from it. How long? I don't even know. I'm on day 6 already, but I do this because I drank heavily when I was younger for 1 year, where it got a little bit out of hand. And I've talked about that openly when I was released from a developmental in WWE and got caught up with a girl and raising a kid and her drinking problem. I started drinking with her every night. It was really harmless. And then I got addicted to it. But I was also able to stop it after a year. And it's just, I've always, ever since then, whatever I do, I just practice taking breaks. And that has helped me mentally stay strong. Great question, though. We get that a lot. I just think it's, the test booster is a little different, I'll say. The testosterone booster, if you suffer from low testosterone and that puts you in the normal range, I would do the 5-day, 2 days off on that. And I would stay on it. I would get regular blood work done once or twice a year, get your prostate checked just to make sure with your doctor there's no issues with anything, which there shouldn't be, but you never know unless you check. I will tell you, too, tactical fitness, the organic ground flax seeds are great also if you're taking the test booster, and because it's really, really good for your prostate. Ricky Scurvy, let's go, my man, Ricky Scurvy. Ricky, no joke. I was driving home today from the gym, and I hate to put you over like this. I don't know why. I was just thinking of something. I was like, I'm going to do a Feed Me More fitness Q&A tonight, and while I'm making my food and enjoying my last coffee for the day, and I just started laughing hysterically just at your shenanigans, Ricky. I greatly appreciate you because you're a smart ass, but I feel like we have a similar sense of humor, and I hate to say this, I wish more assholes were like you. Man of Steel, my man. Man of Steel and Ricky Scurvy are the two guys. I hate to have favorites here, but they're from Twitch. My short video game playing days. I gave it a fair shake, and I just wasn't into it. God gave me the beating of a lifetime my last night doing it, where some random UK little mark beat my ass in Mortal Kombat. I've never got my ass kicked that bad in anything. He destroyed me. He might have been the one that got me off of Twitch, even though I'm still on it via this. He may have been the one that may have subconsciously just did something to my brain where there was like no more video games after this. I'm never going to be on that level. I don't have the time to be on that level. This guy could just pop in at any time, and he played it cool. He said, "Hey, want to play a little back and forth?" And, and then he just destroyed me. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining me. As always, God feeds me. As always, feed me more nutrition on feedmemore.com, giving you the free face mask and workout towel with your orders. Let's get Ricky off the screen here. He's put him over enough for the day. And 10% off with discount code YouTube10 on your orders at checkout. Scooter, that's the name, Ricky. Scooter. Oh, that son of a gun. Scooter, really, he kicked my ass. No, there's no denying. Scooter was on a whole other level. And then he trash talked me and hung up on me. That one is one I'm going to have to wait till I'm back wrestling and doing like a UK tour. And he probably will come to one of my signings and he'll make the mistake of telling me he's Scooter and I'm going to have to kick his ass in real life just to get even up the odds. Super chat here. From Pat's Fan 617. My man, you're a true inspiration to so many. Hope you're doing well after your procedures. Thank you, Pat's Fan. It greatly that means so much to me. And I'm feeling fantastic right now. Broke up a lot of scar tissue today too. Actually, it was like a gunshot went off on back of my shoulder because I got to do I'm doing circular motions now while on the softball, and I got something deep in there that was restricting my motion back. That it completely broke up. And so today's been a very good day. And when I do that, my mood increases as that scar tissue gets less and less, and those bioaccelerator stem cells go to work. So Thank you very much, Pats fan. Ricky, try a different game like Care Bears Adventure. You might do better. Ricky, I tend to agree with you on that one. Care Bears was a great movie. They teach a great lesson. What happens when we stop caring, Ricky? That's the Care Bears message, that they have to care for all the people in the world like you that don't care anymore. I am like a real life Care Bear. Freaking jacked bear. Okay, John Kano asks, what supplements would you suggest for a almost 40-year-old male looking to get back into the gym after COVID? Also, about for those on a budget, top 3 or so supplements. I'm going to tell you to go Wake Up, the Wake Up Unlimited Energy, the Big Guy Testosterone Booster, and the Finish It BCAA or ISO Hungry Protein. One of those at the end, depending on if your protein intake, if you struggle with that, I'd say get the protein powder. If not, then do the BCAA. I think those three will do you very, very, very well. Also, I'm going to throw another third option in there. Wake Up, the Big Guy, 10 count creatine, I think is also a great stack as well. That I think could do you well on that, John. But just get back starting, man. Even getting an at-home routine and get your body, get your mind mentally working again. And because it's sometimes, and you might be doing that, already working out at home and whatnot, but it can really sometimes what happens is when people just stop altogether because they think that you can only work out at the gym, but we've worked out throughout the history of time without gyms until gyms, to the modern era. You sometimes can create bad habits by becoming complacent to where it's like such a huge, it could seem like an insurmountable task ahead. So, even doing little quick at-home workouts before you get going. But I think those stacks will do you very well. Just curious if you have any slight formula plans on your possible greens blend. Athletic greens look good, but super pricey. Yeah, I plan on doing capsules with my greens blend. And I think I have a really, really cool, creative, badass name that's gonna that I want to come out with that next just for the name alone. But it is, and I got to look at and get pricing and everything on it. But as with everything else, I have a feeling we're gonna be better priced than the competitors, especially, and it would be for a 30-day supply. And I got to get everything figured out on all that still, but I have the formula. I just haven't sent it. I haven't even sent it over for pricing yet because it's not on the table yet. I don't get ahead of myself on everything, but and then the proteins kind of altered everything by discontinuing the proteins and coming out with more expensive proteins. But it morally fit into what I'm doing with my life and everything. So, but yeah, it's going to be a great greens formula. So, and I agree, they are pricey. I'll tell you this: you want to know what's not pricey though, Man of Steel, is just buying vegetables from the grocery store. I would say organic, so you don't got those Monsanto's pesticides all over them. But you can buy a ton of vegetables super cheap. Like it's not that hard. I tell people, start replacing your processed foods with vegetables. You watch your grocery bill go down. It's a real thing. But and you're gonna feel better. So unlike your roommate that's eating those Stouffer lasagnas still. Great question, Daniel. Have you ever considered producing a second Wake Up Unlimited Energy version with less caffeine? No, I would say on that, we have the Pumplex City, which is it could be used as intro workout or a pre-workout with a great pump formula in that. And with beta alanine, And so you're going to get the increased anaerobic and aerobic exercise output. Um, I would just say take less of the wake up unlimited energy, half a scoop. You get 175 milligrams of caffeine, and you're still getting a great dosage of ingredients to work out. It just doesn't financially make sense because of the market. It's all or nothing on those. And coming out with one that has 150 milligrams of caffeine and all the other same ingredients is beyond confusing and things like that from a marketing standpoint on people. And so you just got to make things very clear. I say just take less. We make those so that for the people that want the highest level of energy, and then the people that need under it could just take less. That would be my best recommendation on that. Bassaholic fishing. Will I have any side effects with your fat burners? Also, if I take them before working out, will I get faster results? As long as you have no medical conditions, if you do, I'd say always get everything approved by your doctor. The ingredients that are in that thing, man, are badass, and there's nothing like no special blends or there's no secret ingredient that's like that we market from Russia, like some companies. We got this Russian sea moss that we put in there that we've altered chemically to just obliterate fat. Like it's not apple cider vinegar, green coffee bean, matcha green tea, acai berry, L-carnitine, cayenne, cool cayenne with the ginger, things like that. We just use the right dosages and combined and with enough ingredients that they're going to do what they say they do. And I would say as long as your diet is on point and you're not eating like an asshole, as I like to say, where you're like, oh, I'm taking a fat burner, I can get away eating more now. If you eat and add that in conjunction with it, is going to increase your results. Yes. Well, a lot of the proteins that I eat are complete. Nutritional yeast is a complete protein. Tofu, you can get high protein tofu and throw that in meals as a complete protein as well. I believe in the Beyond Meats with the pea proteins are complete. A lot of the times when the finish at BCAA, I'm going to mess up the name, the one amino acid that like seitan is lacking one amino acid. But you could easily combining different foods fill that in, and it doesn't take a lot of the amino acids to make the complete proteins. So I've not noticed any like changes. It makes it very easy. You throw in, I got the no-kill chicken. I got that, like that's going to be the next meal. That alone, that package of that chicken has only 8 grams of fat and 100 grams of protein. I'll throw in some nutritional yeast with that. Each little 2 scoops of nutritional yeast is 8 grams of complete protein. That stuff, I could load 4 to 6 scoops of that on a meal. I don't even have to do the Beyond Meat stuff every meal. And it's not difficult. It really isn't. And then especially too, with different, beans and things, if you do that, and I don't even go crazy on those because it's easy. The Beyond Meats, I think, are great. I know some people will be like, oh, they're processed. I go, well, they're processed with like plant ingredients. They're not, non-GMO. What more? I don't think they're all that evil. Like, I think it's just a better, more convenient way to get protein. And, if they weren't here, it would still be really easy to do it. I like the taste of them. And I think from a marketing standpoint, it's easy to have those. I think their stock is going to go up incredibly, just continue to go up as the future, as I think we start shifting away from factory farmed animals. I really think there's going to be some major changes in our lifetime. And stem cell meats and chicken, I think, becoming a thing as well, which has already exist. I think that's going to be much higher on being available to people. But hemp hearts, again, chia seeds, you add this stuff in with your foods, and I mean, it adds up really quickly. It's not that difficult. The plant protein, 80-gram shake, bam, done. It's pretty easy. I honestly haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. but I'm also not counting, like I'm not going through the day. And I go, I wonder how many of my proteins that I consumed actually didn't get completed. Like, because my performance has gone up until I was weight training, my strength was going up. My recovery time has increased. So I'm like, I go, what's there to freak out about? If I looked at myself and go, man, I really feel like these incomplete proteins are, hurting me. That would be something I would really, really look into. But adding the Finish It BCAA completes almost all the proteins with the amino acids that are in that, anyways. And I do 4 scoops a day, so zero worries. Great question, though. Like a lot of meat eaters and pro meat people will be like that. That will be their go-to on it. They'll be like, "Oh, you're not getting complete proteins." We're like, "You're like, no, Jeffrey. A lot of the proteins are complete on a plant-based diet. There's some that aren't, but they're very easily completed having a little bit of a diversity in your diet." Thank you very much on the wrestling comment. Yeah, we'll just get rid of you. Pea proteins are complete. That'll be the bulk of our plant-powered ISO Hungry. That and a little bit of rice protein. I have stayed positive during the pandemic by focusing on my goals, as I always have, and continuing to do what I need to do. I don't dwell on problems. I acknowledge problems. I spend the most of my time trying to find solutions and moving forward. That has done me very good in my life. I'm human. I'll acknowledge problems sometimes more than I should probably, but I shift out of it really quickly, and I'm always working on my stuff. So hello, hello, hello. I do admit I'm human. My nickname, the Big Guy, is the most honest nickname in the history of nicknames. I'm literally telling you I'm human. I'm the big guy. I'm not the big dog. I'm not the machine. I'm not the cyborg. I am not calling myself an assassin. I'm not the assassin. I'm not killing people when I don't kill people. I'm the big guy. Honesty and transparency all the way. Sean, our entire supplement line is a vegan supplement line that's just strictly for business. That's really easy it's a little more expensive having vegan capsules in the powders, but everything's vegan friendly on Feed Me More Nutrition outside of the ISO Hungry protein powders, which they will be once we switch over to the plant-based ones. Yeah, the stem cell meat and chicken. I would be prone to wanting it to enjoy that a little more if that becomes available and you're not killing animals. I would be curious to see, research wise, it's still with everything with it, as far as from like the heart standpoint and blood flow and cholesterol, right? That kind of stuff. I'm really interested in seeing if they're able to modify that at all using the stem cells. I don't know though. That's getting into like then creating the perfect, the perfect food. Maybe I'm sure is where we're going and whatnot. But I just think the plant-based diet and the improvement you see with it, and it is, and the foods. If you've the places in Vegas, the foods are incredible. But I do think that the stem cell meats and chickens and fish and all that are going to be. I really think that's where we're heading on that, as well as the plant-based meats in more just vegan diet in general. I do think the Beyond Meats and the Impossible Meats and all that, like Bill Gates, you saw, is getting behind that. And the reason is, and I don't think it's as much as shady stuff as I'm sure he could be involved in. I think that for the masses, that makes switching people over much easier than trying to just tell them they got to eat a plant-based diet without that, because that is an alternative to meat. And I think that you have to offer the basic general public some sort of something else, another offer on the table similar. So that's why I think that's kind of going that route personally. Hello, hello, hello. Doing boxed vegan meats. Things are doing boxed vegan meals. I live in Ohio. Things are very limited. Again, maybe limited from a standpoint of eating out. And like I do the Ryback TV videos just to do the videos. And it's nice to be able to, if you go out to go to a vegan restaurant, but you can eat vegan a lot of places. It's not overly difficult. You might be limited, a bit, but if you're cooking at home, there's no way, you're not limited from a grocery store standpoint. The foods are not difficult. Order nutritional yeast and hemp hearts. You can go get those at the Whole Foods or order them on Amazon. I'll order them on Amazon, just have them right to my door. Chia seeds, things like that. Organic flax seeds. I think having those in your cupboard at all times. And then in getting your vegetables, maybe a little bit of fruits, depending on your needs on that. And a little bit of quinoa, beans, different various pinto beans, black beans, chickpeas. I get pistachios. Pistachios are fantastic for increasing nitric oxide levels. A lot of studies show that pistachios consumed for a 3-week period, 2 to 3 servings. The studies might be 3 servings a day. 3 servings a day of pistachios cure the majority of erectile dysfunction in men because it naturally increases nitric oxide better than pretty much anything. It's crazy. And like all these foods that we have made available to us, and we put out things too. I put something on my Instagram today on the foods that are great for boosting sex drive that are the vegan foods. And because you just got to think about it too when you're doing that, switching to plant-based, and all the research shows this, which the medical community doesn't necessarily want, because if people are healthy, then how do they make money, right? Is that when your blood flow just improves in your body, one, as a man, that's the greatest gift you could give yourself. 2, from a muscle building standpoint, if your blood and every nutrients are being delivered to your body, oxygen, everything is just you're just functioning at an optimal level. You're going to be able to, you're consuming the right proteins. You're going to build muscle. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy because you have more micronutrients in your diet than you've ever had. Big problem with today's diet is, one, we've eliminated fiber on the standard American, the Western diet, and micronutrients. We are literally stripping the micronutrients out of food and giving people pleasure food that does not give you any micronutrient value for the most part. And by the way, when eating micronutrients from fruits and vegetables are superior to eating them any other way, even over supplements. That's the next best thing. And I think they work in conjunction with them very well. But you want to always have your micronutrients from some fruits and vegetables. Thank you guys for joining me. We got the Feed Me More Nutrition discount code, YouTube 10 to save 10%, guys. Free workout mask, face mask, and workout towel right now with your orders on the pop-up. Just select the free gift on that as well. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm trying to do these a lot more, guys, really target things that talking about I enjoy, where maybe I can learn some stuff and just share with you some things that have helped me. I'm not a doctor. I think real life experience, though, and results trump a lot of other things. As far as what we preach here is more mindset than anything. And I know a little bit about a lot of things, and I'm always a big advocate of reading and learning to tailor things to your specific needs. which is why I do. That's actually pretty funny. Ryback, you look like a meatball. Well, swag gamer, I guess you like listening and watching meatballs, hey, buddy? You little meatball watcher, you. Everyone go follow him, little meatball watcher over there. You guys, no insult. There's nothing anyone could ever say to me that will hurt my feelings. I'm just being honest with you. Like there's nothing where I'm like going to get off of this and be like, man, look like a meatball. Like even if I do look like a meatball, like what am I going to do about it? Like I don't know. I'm just going to just be the best meatball possible. That's just what I do. Steroid monster again. Big steroid monster. I know I don't do steroids. I think I'm a monster at times, especially with the intensity and the strength that I possess in my body. That if you were to maybe run into me in a dark alley, I could possibly make you disappear forever and feel no remorse because of the monster that lies inside of me and the strength in my big guy body. But as far as the steroid part of it, I just think that's what you have to tell yourself to justify yourself to go to bed at night on why you look the way that you look. I think that's okay, my man. You do what you need to do. I would say, hey, maybe a little more positive mindset, maybe throw a little GTS go to sleep in the diet, throw that in an hour before bed. Now you don't got to call people steroid monsters, let alone watch them. Moving on. I love you guys too. Thank you very much. Okay, there's not going to be a Nexus reunion, you son of a bitch. Can you get out of the chat? I've seen that 1,000 times now. If there is a Nexus reunion, I'm not going to be in it, guys. Just let's move on. Dogs are doing very well, thank you. Tim, yeah, good question. This is a common problem. I tried to be a vegan once, but it was really hard. That's what she said. Do you got any tips for beginners? Yeah, you got to educate yourself on the foods. You got to throw away everything that's not vegan. You have to learn the foods, buy the foods, and then start doing the diet on a daily basis. Whatever do you do, 3 meals a day or 4 meals a day, how many ever calories you need, you got to put in the work and the effort to do it. And if you fall off here and there, that's fine. You just keep doing it though. It's not like, oh, I'm going vegan and then you go have a cheeseburger on your lunch break in your car like a filthy little hamburger eating slut that you are. And then well, I can't go back to vegetables now. I cheated on them. Like I don't understand that mindset. You just go back to eating the vegetables and the other things. And if you keep finding yourself in that parking lot with the cheeseburger, okay, just try to make it less and less and less. That would be my best advice on it. But learn the foods. We have Google available to us. You could we put out, follow us on Pinterest things. You could type in best vegan foods for building muscle. Bam, you're going to have a million articles on there. Take the first 5 foods that appeal to you, and then you go, okay, what else can I get? I just buy the produce section, and then I find what I like the best, and I mix and match. The more color in your diet, the better. I do a color meal in the morning, and I do a green meal at night, and I make sure I get 60 to 80 grams of protein, usually closer to 80 on my meals. But that's for me, and to get my protein requirements for the day. Most people aren't going to need that. But that's a great, you just stick with it. It's a long-term commitment to improving yourself. There's no reason why you have to fall off. If you eat, it's okay to eat other stuff. Just continuously keep trying to learn and keep it in your diet. If that makes sense. Like it's all too often I see that with people usually it's because you're not fully committed, in my opinion, because you're looking to say it doesn't work to go back to what you're comfortable with. So hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for joining me. See what we got here. I've been vegan 22 weeks now, no meat. I almost had some at the airport, not on purpose. I got a salad coming home from Miami to Vegas, and they forgot to take the bacon off it. And the pieces, there are a million little bacon pieces on the salad. And rather than, I was able to get them all off on that. So, and granted, some people wouldn't eat it if they were touching the salad. I wasn't, I got all the bacon pieces out. So, shoulders feeling very good. Broke up a lot of scar tissue today. Thank you. I got to go do more softball work after this. I promise you, if you went and sat inside a factory farm and watched the animals getting tortured, you probably would have second thoughts on what the meat that you're eating. Watch some videos online. Very powerful things going on. And know that you are contributing to that problem. We all are, and I was for a long time. It's a very hard thing to watch. Good to see all of you guys. Thank you for joining me. And oftentimes the meats and stuff that we eat, guys, they have to season it and do all sorts of things to make it taste really good. How many times do you just usually eat bland chicken, fish, steak, or is it usually seasoned and butter on it and different things and oils? The vegan foods I've had are equally as good because it's all seasoning. Good to see you guys. Thank you. Some of these people are using, I forget what the thing's called. I used to know the name of it. I forgot it. Where people, they're able to come right back. And it's unfortunate. It's the way that it is. Good question. I'm 6'4", 260, played sports in college, tried keto, but nothing is working. Any suggestions? I'm going to again tell you to go more of a plant-based diet, more vegetables for sure in your diet. I'm not a fan of keto. I did that for over a year and I looked my worst. I lost muscle, I gained body fat, and then it makes it really hard when you to process carbs for a bit because you completely neglect a food group entirely, which is stupid. But there's how many people do you see online that are promoting keto, selling keto products, selling keto powders, like all this BS. And then once you just see through all of it, it's all garbage, man. It's all garbage. I'm not in, and most people I see that lose weight on a keto diet, I'm not arguing that you can't lose weight on a keto diet. You can. I think they look like shit though. And I'm not talking about the people that are doing the steroids to sell their products. I'm talking about the people that lose hundreds of pounds and they're still skinny fat. Look at them. No one, they would look so much better on a balanced diet. Keto, and I know girls here that like did it. She couldn't figure out. She did the same. Her body weight was down, but her muscle mass was down, and her body fat in her abdomen was up. It's not good. It's not good. I'm not a big believer in it. And but again, some people if they stick to it, and that's because they don't have the discipline and they get carb scared, and it is what it is. So and people, as long as you're happy, you're happy. I just think if really, I think the power of vegetables and plant-based foods and with a balanced diet, I just think in the for a micronutrient dense diet can't be beat. And I've tried everything. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for joining me. A little Feed Me More Nutrition live tonight. I'm going to be wrapping up here in a few minutes. I got to go. Big guy's hungry. What's the, Jacob, what is the number one best way to lose weight? And what is the worst way so that you don't do it? Is basal metabolic rate calculator online. Type in the BSMR, basal metabolic rate, BMR calculator, and fill in the information as accurately as possible. Figure out how many calories you need a day. And then on there, it will usually allow you to, it will help give you guidance on if you're trying to gain weight or lose weight. And I believe usually it's 250 calorie increments where you want to do it, where you don't want to cut your calories too low. You want to keep it as close to that as possible, but under and with increased physical activity for a period of time. And then when you start hitting a wall, then you make more adjustments, lower it maybe a little more physical activity, or more physical activity, keep the calories the same to where you're burning more. And it's just more of it's just doing it continuously, repetitively, and monitoring your results and making little adjustments along the way. Anything in life that you do, though, guys, you have to put effort and try. You have to. And it's not, and if you fall off, you get right back on. It's just a commitment to getting to where you want. We live in a world we can truly, if we work hard enough, have anything we want. Life's not always fair. I'll be the first to acknowledge that. There's a lot, but with a positive mindset and a do the work attitude, I'm telling you, we could accomplish a lot of really, really cool things. And you got to take, that's why I preach all this stuff with it. It's not just supplements, it's a combination. And we live in a really hateful, negative world. We live in, that is what it takes to survive and to thrive. Eddie, we're not talking wrestling, buddy, man. You got to, I ask you guys, you know, trying to do something and help people here. And you guys, I don't like to see it all the time. It's cool, but I don't like to see it all the time because I constantly talk about it. So I feel like nobody listens on that. So I'll be back when I'm back, man. And part of me doesn't even ever want to go back sometimes because of this. Like I like doing other things too, you know. I love wrestling, but I don't like how people can't talk about other stuff than wrestling. I think that's really weird, quite frankly. Hello, hello. Building muscle while losing fat is a very, very tough thing to do. Damn near impossible, probably. Where if you're going to build muscle, you're probably outside of if you're just training for the beginning of the first time. I think it's possible. I think it's possible in situations where you can really limit your body fat while building muscle if you really pinpoint the calories, really specific on that. But typically, it's very difficult. You pick one direction or the other and try to minimize body fat while building muscle, in my opinion. And that's not counting the people that they're abusing drugs and steroids. That's out the window on that. But you're replacing that with a boatload of health consequences. And don't get caught up, guys. And I'll tell you guys what's going on right now. And I've seen it because I know what people look like in person. I'm seeing a lot of social media influencers, men and women, having their photos done to make their muscle and their skin look entirely different than it actually does. It's crazy. It's a common thing going on, and they're doing it for more likes and promoting whatever they're doing. People aren't posting, and there are people that do. There's a lot of people that are not posting real accurate photos. They're in great shape. I've seen it with guys and guys I know, and some in wrestling, and they're having their photos done to make it look like it's an entirely different thing. If you look at pro bodybuilder photos, they do it in a lot of the photos they put out on. If you actually see what they look like up close, they look amazing, but it's entirely different than what you'll see. And all they do is they add lines and in darkness and they shadows. to where it makes the like just look absolutely, you're like, oh my God. That's magazines used to do that for the magazines. They're now doing it everywhere on social media for the likes, and people are clicking on it. So just so you know what's going on, don't feel too bad over that, because if you saw them in person, you'd be like, oh, that's more achievable than what it looks like online. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up. I got to go eat and do some more scar tissue stuff and take the dogs for a walk here. I thank you guys for joining me. We're going to be doing these a lot more, and just want to answer your questions and have conversations in more of a group setting, more mindset, health, fitness, and mindset positivity and things of that nature. I really enjoy doing these talks, and I think it ties into a lot more of everything I got going on feedmemore.com. Free face mask and workout towel with your orders again, guys. I'll have that stuff in the description and comments. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Feed me more.